She had always dreamed of escaping the rigid confines of her 9-to-5 job, the endless emails, the meetings that seemed to stretch forever, and the relentless pressure to perform in a corporate environment that never seemed to care about her true passions. For years, she told herself she would find a way out, a path that would let her be her own boss, be creative, and finally make money doing something that filled her with joy rather than dread. Her name was Emily, a woman in her late 20s who had worked in marketing for a mid-sized company in the city, but every morning, as she sat at her desk staring at spreadsheets and campaign reports, she felt a growing emptiness. The spark she once had for her career was fading fast. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling week filled with back-to-back presentations and endless revisions, Emily stumbled upon an article about Etsy, the online marketplace known for handmade, vintage, and unique goods. The idea that people were making real money selling their crafts, art, and designs from the comfort of their own homes sparked something inside her. She remembered the hours she used to spend sketching, sewing, and crafting beautiful items in college, a hobby she had long abandoned for the security of a paycheck. What if she could turn that forgotten passion into a thriving business? What if she could quit her job and make it work? At first, the idea seemed both thrilling and terrifying. She had always played it safe, choosing stability over risk, but this felt like the perfect chance to reinvent herself. She spent nights researching successful Etsy sellers, learning about product photography, SEO keywords, and customer service. She watched countless tutorials and read forums filled with entrepreneurs sharing their triumphs and failures. Slowly, Emily began to formulate a plan, a vision of a shop filled with her unique handmade jewelry and accessories, items that reflected her personal style and the stories she wanted to tell. With cautious excitement, she began creating prototypes after work, using a corner of her tiny apartment as a workshop. She experimented with different materials, delicate metals, colorful beads, and natural stones, crafting pieces that were both elegant and affordable. Her first few creations were simple, but each one was infused with care and passion. Emily knew that to succeed on Etsy, she needed more than just pretty items. She needed a story, a brand, a connection with customers. Finally, after months of preparation, she launched her Etsy shop, naming it Luna & Company, to reflect her love for the moon and the idea of guiding light in darkness, a metaphor for her own journey. The first day was nerve-wracking. She shared her shop on social media, telling friends and family to check it out. Slowly, orders trickled in. A necklace here, a pair of earrings there. It wasn't much, but it was real. Emily felt a rush of excitement each time a notification popped up, signaling a new customer had placed an order. But as the weeks passed, Emily realized that running an Etsy business was not as simple as just making and listing products. It was a full-time job, sourcing materials, managing inventory, packaging orders, communicating with customers, and constantly marketing her shop. The early enthusiasm sometimes gave way to exhaustion. There were days when she questioned if quitting her steady job had been a mistake. The income was unpredictable, and she faced challenges like late shipments, difficult customers, and the ever-changing algorithms that determined Etsy's search rankings. Despite the hurdles, Emily was determined. She used every setback as a learning opportunity. She improved her product photography, hired a freelance graphic designer to create a cohesive brand logo and packaging design, and started a blog to share the stories behind her creations. She experimented with different marketing strategies, from Instagram giveaways to collaborating with influencers who loved handmade goods. Gradually, her shop's visibility grew, and so did her sales. The turning point came 6 months after launching Luna & Company. Emily landed a wholesale order from a local boutique that wanted to stock her jewelry. This not only boosted her revenue but also gave her the confidence that her products had a place beyond the digital marketplace. She hired a part-time assistant to help with packing and shipping, freeing up time to focus on designing new collections and exploring new markets. By the end of her first year, Emily's Etsy shop was generating more income than her previous marketing job. She had built a loyal customer base, and the community around Luna & Company was thriving. She often received messages from customers telling her how much her jewelry meant to them, how it was part of their weddings, birthdays, or daily lives. These connections made every challenge worthwhile. Of course, success did not come without sacrifices. Emily worked long hours, often skipping social events and personal downtime. The pressure to continuously innovate and keep up with trends was intense. Yet, she embraced the freedom and fulfillment that came from building something of her own, on her own terms. She had transformed her passion into a career, proving to herself that it was possible to make money doing what she loved. Looking back, quitting her job to start an Etsy business was the scariest and best decision of her life. The journey was filled with ups and downs, moments of doubt, and hard-earned victories. Emily learned that entrepreneurship requires resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to grow beyond your comfort zone. But most importantly, she discovered that pursuing her dreams was worth every risk, every sleepless night, and every challenge faced along the way. Today, Luna & Company continues to flourish, inspiring others to take the leap and believe in their own creative potential. Emily's story is a testament to the power of passion, perseverance, and the incredible possibilities that open up when you dare to follow your heart. As Luna & Company grew, Emily quickly realized that success on Etsy wasn't just about creativity, it was about mastering the business side of things. She dove headfirst into learning everything about pricing strategies, taxes, shipping logistics, and customer relations. There were nights when the weight of responsibility felt crushing. She wasn't just an artist anymore but a CEO, accountant, marketer, and customer service rep rolled into one. Yet, every challenge sharpened her skills and deepened her confidence. One of the hardest lessons came when she faced her first major customer complaint. A delicate necklace arrived broken, and although it wasn't due to any fault of hers, Emily knew that her brand's reputation depended on how she handled the situation. Instead of getting defensive, she offered a sincere apology, sent a replacement immediately, and included a handwritten note thanking the customer for their understanding. The customer's gratitude surprised her. They left a glowing review that boosted Luna & Company's ratings and helped attract more buyers. That moment cemented her belief that authentic connection and excellent service could turn even setbacks into opportunities. Meanwhile, balancing life as a full-time Etsy entrepreneur wasn't easy. Her days blurred together. Mornings spent answering messages, afternoons focused on designing and creating, evenings dedicated to packaging and shipping. Weekends, once reserved for rest or friends, often became workdays to prepare for busy holiday seasons. Yet, she was surrounded by reminders of why she had chosen this path: the joy in crafting something beautiful, the freedom to set her own schedule, and the satisfaction of seeing her ideas come to life. Emily also embraced the Etsy seller community. Through forums and virtual meetups, she connected with other creatives who shared their own stories of trial and triumph. These relationships became invaluable, offering support, advice, and inspiration when self-doubt crept in. She learned new techniques, collaborated on limited edition pieces, and even co-hosted workshops to teach others how to start their own shops. This sense of belonging and mutual encouragement was a far cry from the isolating office cubicle she'd left behind. Financially, the road was far from smooth at first. There were months when sales dipped unexpectedly, and bills loomed large. Emily tightened her budget, prioritizing essential expenses and finding affordable suppliers to keep costs low. She experimented with diversifying her product line, introducing seasonal collections, custom orders, and even digital downloads of jewelry-making patterns. These efforts paid off, gradually stabilizing her income and providing a cushion for slower periods. By the second year, Emily's Etsy shop had transformed from a hopeful side hustle into a fully fledged business. She invested in better equipment, a professional camera, studio lighting, and packaging materials that made her unboxing experience feel like opening a gift. She revamped her website to complement her Etsy store, offering a blog that shared behind-the-scenes glimpses and tips for jewelry care. Marketing expanded to include email newsletters and occasional Facebook ads, all designed to keep her growing audience engaged and excited. The personal growth she experienced was just as profound. Emily discovered a resilience she hadn't known she possessed. The fears that once held her back, fear of failure, of rejection, of financial instability, slowly diminished as she accumulated wins, big and small. She learned to trust her instincts, to take calculated risks, and to celebrate progress over perfection. This confidence spilled into other areas of her life, enriching relationships and opening doors to opportunities she never imagined. Looking back now, Emily sometimes chuckles at how nervous she was before quitting her job. The journey was far from easy, but every twist and turn taught her valuable lessons. Today, Luna & Company is more than a shop. It's a symbol of courage, creativity, and relentless pursuit of dreams. And Emily, once an office worker dreaming of escape, is now a thriving entrepreneur inspiring others to follow their own paths, reminding them that with passion and perseverance, anything is possible.